Keto sucks. It sucks, and I don't like it, and I am not having fun with this whole not eating whatever I want thing. But, you know, that's life, right? You can't enjoy every part of it. I like the exercise part. Feel good when I'm exercising. Trying to focus on that. Don't like the not eating my favorite things part. Not at all. I would kill for just a cake or a donut. Oh man, I want so many things right now, but trying to stay strong. My wife and I are both doing keto, so that helps. She made this peanut butter and like dark chocolate thing with stevia. That's some good stuff. So it's better. It's better than the last time I tried to do it. I was by myself, and my wife's an amazing cook. So this is gonna be a little bit less painful, I think. So that's kind of where I'm at with day 4.5 of trying to do keto. I feel like I'm gonna freaking eat my own skin off or something, just to taste something delicious. I like a lot of the things I can't eat. I mean, I get a lot of like meats and cheeses and roast beef, and veggies get pretty tasty after you haven't had anything else tasty in a while. So I think that's the idea, is just kind of change my mindset about food and get into some better habits. And on that note, I am in my good habit form here, doing my exercise. I did not have a workout yesterday. I had an extraordinarily long day at work, 13 hours, I think. And a lot of that was like outside working in the heat. So I'm gonna give myself a pass on that one. But back to it, trying to stick with the good habits, and a little encouragement from my old guild mates at, well, I was all shy about talking about the game I was into that I kind of stepped away from, but you know what? Like, I liked the game. I loved my guild. I'd love to get back to it if I can get into a headspace where I can treat it like a game and not like a addiction. So I'll give them a shout out. So here's for the Guardians of Justice from the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Thank you so much, guys. It meant a lot to me. Actually, give me a kick in the pants. Dace, Ricky. Let's see, who else? Oh yeah, Pariah, you jumped on there. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you feel like I'm not doing this for totally nothing, somebody's, you know, giving me a little bit of a shout out, that definitely helps spur me along. So yeah, keep it coming. Throw some topics in the description. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I owe Ricky a little shout out. So thank you for the likes, my friends. My video enjoys it. That's a little inside joke. I probably shouldn't get too inside on public videos here, but Ricky will like it, I think. And yeah, that's just a big obsession of mine, man. I'm so into Star Wars. I'll take anything I can get from it. And for a long time, these little mobile games were all I thought I was gonna get for a while. I think I started playing that like a little after it came out. And I think, what was that, 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. And it was, so far we just had the one Star Wars movie I remember under the Disney banner. And it was good, but I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. Definitely didn't know we were going to get all of this content. Oh, so I just found out I can get a 3-year subscription to Disney Plus for like $3 a month, because I'm a D23 member, and I think you can still sign up if you're not already part of D23. It's like the fan club. It's just the generic Disney fan club. I've been on there for a few years, but like ever since I had kids, you know, sign up for all the bonus content stuff you can when you got kiddos. But yeah, they got a deal for like a 3-year discount, and you know that prices are gonna go up. Once Disney Plus puts Netflix out of business, they're gonna jack those prices way up. $6.99 a month. Heck, we could be getting 20. So we're gonna jump on that, keep that price low as long as we can, and try to enjoy it while we can, because a lot of those shows look so cool. I'm stoked about The Mandalorian. That is one of the many things that's going to tempt me back into that game, is when I start releasing content and characters and playable kits from the new shows and the new movies that come out. That's always what sucks me back in. So if I can just get on a healthy track and be able to keep myself focused, I can reward myself with some game time later this year if the Guardians will have me back. But yeah, that's what I've been kind of stoked about this week. You know, we had D23 last weekend. I think we already talked about the Star Wars footage, but yeah, Rey going dark side. I think been hearing some rumors online about it being like a Force vision, or maybe like a clone of Rey. I don't know how I feel about a clone. Clones are definitely Star Wars. You know, it fits the theme. We had the whole Clone Wars era, but I don't like the idea of like cloning a main character and putting that in the trailer. That seems like a kind of a misdirect to me. But you know, they do misdirects. That works. Gets butts in the seats. And heck, whatever they put in the trailer, we're all going to see it at this point, right? So the other theory that I thought was kind of interesting was like a separated at birth twin situation, a la Luke and Leia, which that one sounds a little bit more my cup of tea. Like if we get twin Reys, like one of them was raised by Palpatine in the unknown regions, the ghost of Palpatine, or however they're gonna tie that in. I kind of don't care. I kind of don't care how they bring it in. I just think it's cool that they're tying it back in. Like this whole saga has been about, you know, the dark side and the light side, and the sort of the things that the Jedi couldn't do and that the Sith could do. We never really got a whole lot of insight into the Sith. So that was one of the things that interested me about this theory of Palpatine coming back. Because, you know, he tempted Anakin to the dark side, saying that he could give, you know, he could save Padme. He had these secret powers, but we never really saw him use them. He just died in Return of the Jedi. But if he didn't die and he's like pulling a Voldemort or something, he's got his essence floating around in space or stashed in a relic That's another one that's going around. He's got his soul is stashed in Vader's helmet. That one, I don't know, that's a little cheesier. It doesn't track very Star Wars for me, unless you count like the comics, which I love comics to death. I was a huge X-Men reader growing up, and loved me some comics. However, Star Wars, unlike like the Marvel movies, for example, Star Wars didn't start out as a comic. Those are supplemental materials. So I kind of feel like anything they've done in the comics, yeah, Disney says it's canon, but for general audience, I don't think there's anything really stopping Disney from just saying, nah, that's not real anymore. Or we're gonna do something different in the movies. And it'll be Legends 2.0 or something. You know, they took the whole canon expanded universe and just put it under this Legends banner. And I don't see any reason they wouldn't do that again if it suited their purposes for a movie they wanted to make or show. So the live action, big screen, or streaming at this point, I think that's really all that's gonna count in terms of continuity. I mean, it's great content, but you know, the little bit in the comics about an old Sith Lord inhabiting his helmet and talking to Vader, it's a little bit different than, I don't know, like the feel of the Star Wars movies for me. Kind of like with the even the show, even the the Rebels TV show. They kind of go into the world between worlds, and you know, Ezra opens up a temple, and he can go back in time and save, or maybe not technically save, Ahsoka. You know, maybe she was going to survive anyway, but he just talked to her for a minute or whatever. But you know, it's still, that's a little bit more of a sci-fi out there kind of element than we would normally see in Star Wars. And the Force definitely has some interesting properties, and we always seem to grow our understanding of what the Force can do in the movies. You know, every movie it seems like there's something introduced that we haven't really seen the Force do before. But that doesn't necessarily mean there isn't a limit. I think maybe like the time travel thing, World Between Worlds, that might be a little far for me. Even in the story, Rebels was a great story on the show. I don't know if it would track for me if they stuck a similar story or a similar plot device into one of the movies. But you never know. You know, JJ could pull off some pretty impressive stuff, I think. So that's what I've been pondering as I drive around and work. The exercise is approaching difficulty levels. Whew. So, yeah, I think I've kind of gotten away from the kind of motivational, inspirational stuff I was trying to hit on with this channel too. Man, yeah, it's harder to talk now, but I do feel, you know, I'm like 15 minutes into just kind of moving my body, and I can feel the juices flowing. I can feel my heart rate steadying out, and it feels good. It really does. You know, I might be huffing and puffing a little bit more than I should or would be if I were in better shape, but it really does bring a sense of clarity. You know, I'm able to just forget about the little things that bug me through the day and kind of just go off on a little tangent about stuff I'm passionate about, and stuff I like to nerd out on, and I enjoy that time. I hope I can keep it going, and I hope, you know, I really hope somebody watching this, you know, all three of you, I hope somebody can take away that, you know, it's doable. Even if you're not the most athletic person, you can just move, and it's better than not moving. And that's just where I'm starting. You know, it can be just a walk. It can be just, you know, coming out to your garage or wherever and getting on your busty old bike or whatever and just getting your blood flowing. And that's, you know, it's hard to motivate to start all of that. You know, they say the hardest part is just getting your shoes on, just to get yourself up off the couch and get yourself moving. But once you do, I can tell you right now, I feel like I could do this for another like half an hour, you know. I could just go. I gotta stop at some point because it's kind of late and I have to work in the morning. But I mean, this is just you know, a few days in, and I feel so much more comfortable doing this than I did just a few days ago. So it's amazing what you can do with your body if you just kind of commit and kick yourself in the shorts a little bit and get yourself going, because you'll want to keep going. And part of it for me right now is having my wife in on the deal with me too. You know, we're both on a new diet, trying the keto thing out, and you know, we're both able to kind of support each other through that. But you know, if anybody is feeling alone in the matter, you know, that's kind of what I'm wanting to be here for, is if I am staying consistent with this, I hope it shows you that you can stay consistent with it. If you're trying, then keep on trying. The best thing you can do is try. And that, my fellow nerds, is gonna have to be my sign off for this evening, because I really do need to get some shut-eye. I spent probably a little too much time trying to adjust the mount for my phone before I started working out, and it's still not perfect. It's kind of bouncing, so I'll have to keep working on that and tweaking it. But in the meantime, I started my workout pretty late, so I gotta cut it short and call it a night. So yeah, again, if you're interested in more of this or anything different, anything more of the same, you think I'm an idiot for not liking time travel in Star Wars, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe if you dare, and we'll keep this thing going. Thanks, guys.